It's a matter of concern to us.
Senior, medase na answer na kran so no menu so beba so de na so no mame Emma the New Patriotic Party, the ruling New Patriotic Party, mema yetrim kwa na no memeneda na ye manifesto he kama in leadership in service ye kopa hontoma ewo ye Cape Coast. I mean we see beba so no anu dwumadi ne kese no na se nyame ya dumi ya yakwa beide na o se de aseda emanyame enti obibia okọ ebia no kwasem obi aho anti ya anti atenkaboni bia obi akọ memneda me anopeya na o se hwe chirisisi ho anopeya na ebedru ye me ba ya ne se me ba studio enti ebeda nyame ase na dwumadi no nso no kwasem ni akwachire kama na UTV wo ho yebeda media fo nso ase aha lawyer nya obusa no emi say we kwa de menyini say yenkomo a beche wo ho president ema directive say this year ye hwe how ye see manage covid no final years for akosku akotro aka yenuanom nkuma ye manom ye ofase omu ofie into the major stakeholders, that is the Ministry of Education and all the association are relevant to the management of the educational institution. No, omonhwe na omonfa omutimpempam ho na yempe a roadmap a betimi de be school ama ye mofra no ye wo faase ye manso atimi akọ school kama nti em se eno ho enkomo na GS ya betu dwane se nyame ya adom abosomi a ye ba be wuramu ye September na se ne da etoso aduonu ba kono na report no are ready. Now, make I say I know that there have been some active engagement. Yes, in Kitahudia, of course, major meetings. Minister, it won't be any equilibrium. A for a teacher for Bambo, Pomudin for Omunina, the security agencies, the health agencies, and the Omunina no Asia, Omudi Hunkomo. And at the Shadia, a best friend said, so we share if we are share for an na. Make kai kra no lawyer metimi aka Israel ebra no mo bie school no in fact no more cases no manageable afi mo bie schools no na esa spike here na esa koso nya men cha de kwan e fa so aye die aboa sanse di kan hyase ma final years fon kwan na koye enti wo ko suapo mu universities no ma final years nkwan na o teacher training final years fon kwan na o even the private universities no ya final years omo ye dissertation be omo project work na omo ye exit exams ni ade no and na omo ya nyame cha de dodo na amisi isi ade obi awie enti aka omo nso a na ye wo fie first years and say second years third years omo na ye say aka omo a omo ewo if enti ye somu ye enti enhwe bambofo no ne mpomudinfo no mo nhwe no yes, ye ba be nso no cases no enkosro. I mean these are important year am say hu hia na no be kaya ebra final years no ekoye no ye bie na ye nya cases kakra enyanya koduro mu about 130 or so nya mencha de obi ahoto no na obi anso ye asymptomatic say protocol say me kono obi anyare na ya antiatin carbon bia enti ye nhwe say na no ye bie final years for de no adesua bay na esua free mu enema bay na course wo enti sane mani nya ye ya ebetimi aboa because we na eba be bie no dodo na eba be ko school na no de ebie na kakra bi.
Would you encourage say nya nsa so dodo na nko no ana ye nchi
ana make say esia no ye nhwe kwan e be fa so be ni nyina no can be the strategy. It can be part of it and say SHC ye wo double track e wo honom how on besia ye no ehu hia ba enema de ehu hia me ye pan say ye ma even omo a no mo no so no kra ko school no adesua be ni esua free mu.
Okay,
it is ani mani nya to tun sene ni a because lawyer ade is only WHO for no e di nkomo na kinkan omo nsem ni bi omo de bana it is here to stay kamya ko ese yare a ba be kan ye ho anesa ne toso mienu nso no si ebetimi aso anu ye pa na nya vaccine a yehu ni sampa wiase afa na nyina na ye gia tum na ye ho adwuma. They are even predicting about 5 years or so enti 5 years no so no yentimi nka sɛ yebibia nso nka akire yenja bibia wɔ hɔ no da bi ɛno de na sɛ atorenchem kese pa na yɛpra ma yɛ ho enti no yɛnhwɛ na mpanifo no ntimi nhyehyɛ saa ne ma we na yɛnhwɛ ne bɛboa yɛn so ɛno so ho hia.
Your Excellency, what has said in American India story bro has said about reopening or say government chalks out plan to reopen schools that is in India from September. Or say states confused, parents against idea. Baby, so I don't know. But my man can say the last time we check Beijing, China, or more relaxed mask wearing. Say yeah, that is almost so much I don't know. Yes, well, so yeah, I mean we are inching closer to school opening. But this time we bring here Canada. So our committee also anke can Canada na can the suggestion and card beba.
Well, Chike, menche wait for na menche more fast na bi. On the time ECOWAS for where meeting, ECOWAS leaders were meeting. The man paying or can't be the mama money be ala share Ninyanko, Nalan Kasa, Nipsibia, Ewen, Nam Wisna, Washington and Zama. Na say, or be take a decision on this COVID year. Na, we take. Tike, Minjin Zide, Mekanwana Woji Tum there, Yerban, why be there, or be stay with us. But Yedri, because the numbers don't show there or there, in your attitude in, you relax and guard. It's a make it true. Say, your baby banana or your yerba, what's it to Wentima? And today, the numbers are factually and truthfully coming down. Or there you make sure 10 numbers are you to masker because or you watching shower, and if you there, with them. But take a yerban or your real or yerba or papa, sure, or your yerba or now if you're man to the America, the yerba need to make defeat one medical system. France, which made medical yeah, today say I'm Diana for feelings of but talking about that about her watching. Nana has made a very valid point there. My friend and our course can cry 1 dozen, you about 100. Now 100 I am yes, says la day they boy homes are buying there. Confirm the attapo. Tike, Yabe Onyedu. Yabe Yaking, Onyedu. The second microphone, what's our power? The Abra assessment here, the what's our power.
Sir, or more develop the immunity side that the symptoms no
every test in the year say obiwu na ye autopsy ni hu ado okun that's why COVID na management after that ye ne den we need to have this public confidence in the nzama yere kada o so obi atapo wa ye ne dam ye ne ye ndam na wa mo atapo na okofi na okofi susu ibi mba na da ibi mba ka hu biu another bibi dam so we need yenyinala as a manen Yarban Onyimami Onyimo, Ebi and Elbe Mifi, Bessa Wanker, Evana, Abafa Yelbina, Etoko. So, school for Neze, Yan as a wofuna grandparents, Nadin, Yamantamo from an Oko school. Yamantamo from Oko school. Send that, you know, Bibiana one side effect. More from what's Nefi actual peen will develop a certain characteristic. And just old schooler, and one develop them style. Say more from why should cartoons are more from an ampoule that will behave with the cartoons? And what you more from an P would behave with the cartoons. Woman and never will know cartoon and you know so. Or when lines in it's something that is developing, you know, at a very wrong age. And Chaba Freban, Bana Oya rhymes now, school in Zaman. But because of the COVID-19, I say I'm a cartoon. What's a Papi Joe or somebody? Yeah. We think watching there. Grandpa, best catch any young coffee. Also, by force, I don't correct. PJ Mass. It's could be almost Nickelodeons. And Mom tell me about could be. I must have a zik. In fact, I'm forced to in this sponge box. Our lamp say catching a one about on him channels in the books and voila.
No. Your Excellency, maybe sometimes, and I'm being very minimum. Sometimes I pretend to me enjoy because maybe I must more can maintain and maybe some say a den but they so enjoy it.
More yo that cast such an you see what I'm saying there within the period a lot of things are happening. My from Lucia Damazi It's time I work at the way education online, classes online. I was very, very happy with it because Senka Abani Yaya into period now, then the way cartoons moko no more from to Suadi. Was Suadi by 45 minutes, 1 hour because a break cartoon be a cartoon behind back. The Suya we are and Sunday Bizagora is Agora. At the period of time, business at Eduman, no more fun with Suadi. Neither from 6 o'clock to 6 o'clock cartoon day. Over school, what to talk about teachers? See, I said, so there can ye. Now, today, my American, let the medical and the scientists know. Appraise the situation properly. Because France and Nigeria can walk away. Japan now, what by what's an equation? If Nisus are not how I can. Not how I can say, but why I call her. Me better because you had the Tiki, Okra Bears saw the COVID that before. No, so way.
Maybe the back on say, I was say, yeah, you say, you being a very robust and reliable, say online now, the infrastructure should be robust. So I say, Kobani say, yeah, the no crab back on answer say, science trigger be more, we don't hope for it anywhere. Young continue fee and Chebi, because it seems as a
now, take online, no. Yeah, no one deficiencies kakra. A bois or more GHS and fancy be a class 6, class 5 from Crown. Now, crank it in Kitano. On what now 10 minutes, no papa.
Say, or no better online.
Over town line.
Oh, they're going to better cartoons.
Oh, no. And the Omono de Mo. I just said the pictures go become person more coloring, or more drawing, or more way, or more poems near day. It knows when you different activities in a 30 minutes interval. Biana, look at the back now, no papa is here, or be free home. And also,
that's why I'm saying there, or then within the period, you have young programming. Young program there. My friend is working. Yes, system no.
Yeah.
Anyway, in the year painful wash and nose mark. I prefer nose mark. I can put on shot. It's other programming on our television stations and there. This period easy. All the stations won't join them. As a boys, and I'm a come. They say radio teacher no one can eat radio board kokobino. No, so if we program the children's programmer there between 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, no BJ Mass, no Papi Joe. Anyway,
I think that's a fantastic idea. And maybe government will have to commit part of the budget to that. The other media houses need to be
TV or service and Ghana Learning TV.
Nanka baby am fa no na mo fa no kwa my cash na now kwa na cash no bra
I think me fa de ba kwantwam na ekọ bi foforo so me be sense say awofo emu adwumadie on say ewom ayam hwehwe ewo ho nyame ncha de say ye hwe ne ekọ na me say awofo na dodo na ete ase ba ku ya aban ye say bebi amafa na ye sako school no ekọ ya ye recorded some cases bi ewo schools no me say na awofo ni bi and rightly so it's just natural so what say oba ewo school yi mu na what say school na so recorded about 10 cases look we am show but mestre say eya adwumade na ye di no say ye react in a very panic way to say ye meyam hyehyeye na abribia no anhwe a adwumade ye nyina ye di MY enti e mestre say omomwa Ministry of Education omomwa bambo for no omomwa experts no health experts no omomwa because ye be kase bi omo the road map bia ba ye bebie na wodi ayam hyehyeye BBC ye pe mekofa mema eno no kwa ye dangerous because na no de e ba a lawyer so wo hwe ye mofra omunya bia se na mekan just about 130 na ye record here but na ye mofra no mu school no mu over 500,000 it is all say 500,000 tiensan close schools down so obi ono wa Prempeh College or Temadina na afi no obi fa sofo like car akọ kejitia ana edum akọ pe edum car abankran odunkran so cycle a wasa pe Madina car eso afa 4 cars be for no eno kwa na risky eno kwa wo dia abofra no life enyo bia na okuta cars akese obakọ fa na Benfi school ebinom be fa public transport nti be say dwumadie no awofo no eye major stakeholders who say ombe support aban in their effort say aja schools ye be bi nso no ye be hwe so omu nyina nso no bibia no entochema
me je the ya registration in we young politicians e be young fi them fight him against the pandemic because Jerema entity papa ko obiala ho a obiala bomu do me ba was me fanu ko school e wor bon ho ban ye nti se BBC mpa mama tide mananarike mama me panic nti ho me ya now one of the critical things in fighting pandemic is public trust. Public trust. So if the public do not trust the numbers that are coming, then public does not trust who is delivering the messages. The public does not trust the quality of the messages being given now. Take in the Mokota Krade weekend, me by the Mufa Ukrom.
Okay.
Take it. Me who and Kwafu 40. Sasa una mo machi mi be ese me mbra machi me dem mata sasa mo me am nasa tike me hu nkrofa de am the submission nose mark no hu mo jina akoso cha no papa no like ufi cities to say we media da be so mo nka ho so mo nka no tike tike oya sama yes ye pede yelbe okom yetum yen yan ho ye yan ho ye de ye ma na atan wo kede yen yema yan onto henen se yes ye pede ye pe lockdown se ye pe lockdown da no se nose mask
no so
ne oh funerals otado chapel so ye den ewa embra what the bay no emedi as a lawyer embra na no nyedwuma o send the punishment in na enforcement no yet ewa it you know mesre na awu abem resource the National Commission for Civic Education. Yerekoi. Because young fi pandemic no more. Young film no mess na so ran all. So don't let us delude ourselves there. Oh, we will go form. You know. According to my opinion, factory kunyin pakru ni onya yereba ma nkwafa 500,000. Wonya yereba wa 500. Wonya bi wo one factory. Na some 500 you want so go fit invest 500 da. And you check
and there's also this a year or say there could be surges.
Yes.
Or what even second whatever third
yes. To me. It's I remember the she said now mampin year first. No kade say ohu baby there ahwan why patrol kana. Obako ebe then oba lockdown. No why curfew. I thought it was a good thing. Order you follow. Na ye betro yeji ye kan yan hugum ye be ye primary ye kan yan hugum it you know nana awon wa bem it will make sure that the protocols are being enforced.
Okay. Some last week me nan fu bi nkomo amudi obi ase o obi kra bi na no ka chem so I don't know because when baby obi aye na adwin say but I think say one kasa your own good and your entire ye krampo e ba your entire mboso obi ahohoro ne nsa sanitizer and but ye wan kasa na me share me experience bi na ya ba manifesto and so me I campaigned for say final years no go school bi in fact strongly openly I spoke in interviews then it came to yes me ban so kan hono so be go school bi on the day I went to school, a friend saw me buffy. Uncle, you know. Then I realized that
he work on work on school.
Me I make campaign after go school to so. Me buffy. Me am shishime. And I remember I said, "Oh, baby, you know." In one of my things I said, "Oba obeda." You know. It tells you that yes, was some kind of attitude. And say we need to really prepare our minds as we go along.
We can ease the restrictions, but at the same time, you know, maintain the fear of the disease.
Okay.
But
sometimes it goes hand in hand. As a way is now, then the view is that According to easy.
Yes. Me tell the school for Obokwe. Say when you attitude to that my yerka there in fita kradaba e nkrofo che nose mask nkra ha sesiala nkrofo che nose mask. But if we can maintain that attitude there, hey, sanction nose mask and show exams.
Okay.
And show nose mask na anko dining.
Yeah.
Na public officials in Nalaka there one show nose mask na I hear that washing nkrofo mbey.
Okay.
Yeah, I want that one when people rebel it's dangerous.
I think I get that. One shop rush up ha.
Yeah.
Yeah, man for car.
So we are maintaining the fear of the disease there. Now know them no. Obi ani was there someone not know some ko.
Yes.
But once someone try but ma fa ko fie ni dey. Man fa ko fie. But catch under someone no. The second day on yana bet na yarba ni edu bebe was so yi sika fo yarba. Pay for yarba. You know, that attitude is not helping us.
Nana B.
Lawyer.
Mostly based on more performance. Yeah, man, 4 years in count.
Lawyer no correct.
And I must have control manifesto for us.
Lawyer no correct.
Mintimin kind, but the matter says 200 and something pages. And Ramia attempt. Manya a hard copy to be in so can I do the bechamia.
Ah, me brobi. We the matotrum.
Menampe.
When you want to do I go of my
na. Okay,
book. I me
was soft no.
In fact, we have an arrangement from your communication bureau and say media houses. In fact, we had you be call media houses in. I said now no me dey ya it will as a senior journalist media anchor say no odi e wo hono no kra na yesade rubber crash show
yes ma kan tina o
me senior journalist so it's be
but no opposition parties no head office e di ba koma mo
mo fasi
alabi e di ma minti wa no asem then na maya ntichinchina mo pese yesa ma mo bi
lawyer me da se na no se na me kan me da na ye kopa ye dwumadie hu ntoma na we no potokasem ye be friend no social contract social contract we no eye apam a eda ye ne Ghana fo a ye srese omunsa ma yitumi na no mo ma yitumi enti a lawyer kwakwa se wako rented dan na bia wo dan ne so no edu da say 4 years ne de ma wo say 2 years ne de ma wo na wo ko ye to trasem na de bia no edan no oye mufin edan no o se ho oye se ya ebe so no landlord no nyedai o renew ma enti no wo no udwumadi a waye se ne wusi efie ho no si tie ne ne ma wo ye eno na ebe ma because dwumadi a ye di eye Ghana for na ma yetumi no enti wo hwe example ya me na se Ghana for na ye landlords no enti omo na ama yen omo tumi no kakra na mapone ho bi di ama ye se yemra na yembedi dwuma bi on their behalf enti dan no Ghana for do no na esi na se Ghana for na esi omusi ye no mo de sa dan ne ma ye enti ye be ka te Ghana for oh landlord ye ba ye hye wo si ye be hwe wo property no so ye ama wo ye be mo na di ye enya ade a ye be mo afi ye ma wura endore ho saa enti ye ba ye se ni aye enti ye manifesto no kwasem ne se many free day this is the best manifesto ever.
Amatro.
Best. And at the quantia, a mama ni jene say, I be a true manifesto and abia, near ye can kwa. But Boshebia ye share and I know a war. A year agenda for jobs manifesto in 2016. No. Say Oba a year and nedia ya two doing leadership of service. Say a summa a war ye di enipa enim ye sum nipa and ye say protecting our progress juma ye die enema ya pema kɔ ye nim no say ye bɔ ho ban na afa ni ye gina eno so ne ye sesa Ghana nyina e di say wo hwɛ senior so oba content na
before we call content no manifesto mu na do oyi nam no
ai
ana oti
mo ani nya ka images no ebi images no
na mo de no ba
de images no
ai
de ma me hwe ne wo no
de me wo ne wa ase na
oti mo
oh there be no we say security services no ene bia wan hwe oni o say
na manifesto no
I say pictures here
we something na me be say
service in leadership
and is what
it we say no share security agencies no now they were having a program it omo call na do time
my pull legs kakra how can I be sure say we yi nam na fa na we yama me
oh they be yama say o share a parts no 5 parts now 4 pa no we have back on say accounting for our stewardship every single promise under the economy you can the financial services you can about governance you can about infidijuma trade and industry you can about kuyayo you can about school in some education you can impomodern health you can about social development any enkania sem ne oil your fango sem energy and petroleum any infrastructure everything is here and interestingly so about on the economy senior yaya no restore overall microeconomic stability that was one major promise na ya chiro ne yaya nyina oba reduce the rate of government borrowing no what chiro ne yaya nyina yesa in about 16 different sectors. It already know what they can't throw near. Yeah. Bosha, say, you know, near this war. Of a ticket, so a more or hamu in Chichimo, a do watch 80%, and yet near this war. Or hamu, a do watching our bar, the second partner, Saka COVID once, and COVID, His Excellency the President has shown leadership. And the Biana Mekasi leadership on home. Ni ebeto na anu bi no ya torenchem no ehon ni ebetimi attest wo quality of leadership abe display and COVID His Excellency the President has shown that nyame eyina mayampa now no the former president
so you devoted a part to COVID-19
yes that is the COVID-19 its impact on Ghana part 2 because na wiase nyina no COVID na edi him economy affected economies affected enyuma bebre it no also yetime ka ho asem so we also spoke about COVID ewo enumu ye wie ye ene ba post COVID recovery nye enso na COVID ya abedi wiase him na di wiase nyan so no nye fa ho ye wie ne ye beyond 2020 ne Ghana former ye tumi a yetimi aye in the area of education nana ka se free SHS oba waya na onye oyeye akatua na kwakwa 3 months pay policy no ye ka se be ye free ho no ye free ho na yeyi restoration of teacher training allowance ye ka se ba ye betua ema waya na oyeye waye ewom so wo hwe research and book allowance ye free ho yi ene ye ba ye ka se ye de ba ye de ba ne sa to over 100% yaye. Okay, yes, the act for parliament.
So na media can say in this manifesto no much near maye.
And near maye.
And near mo can say.
And near my casebe.
And near maye.
And no quite take over 133 pages.
Baby, a more chair and near
yes. And no ne so share title now. Yes. Protecting our progress, transforming Ghana for all. Yeah, they call beyond 2020. That is part 4. Then part 5, no, accelerating growth and transformation. And part 6 no acquire conclusion marks. Enti
me bawo memo ato aso but a handicap kakra you want to say ye brenusa and document no so eba nre ya so we be a picking specifics no e be a bed in kakra man but the na me person be bisa ne say if we so na ye COVID a nka be sa time here na because me hwe August. So we have about 3 months and a day
koye na COVID a nyame no mukuni na COVID ni asesa calendar kra
okay
obehwa affect ye parliamentary primaries in fact now we say parliamentary primaries no January February ho no baby ye wie ye ya no ne akwakoye ye de no aka ho ne akwakoye presidential acclamation no ewo Kumasi in fact ne akwakoye very big program pa ewo Kumasi na no May mu na ya sa outdoor that time na ya sa outdoor your manifesto in May enti ebra sa dwumadie nyina ba ya the restrictions ne ba ya enipa 20 penny betimi ahia etimi ye na say ama we no ɔsi etimi twentwen so ne yɛhwɛ how adne siko ti na no yɛ ɔmampani ɛma restrictions ni aba form no we say nyina no ɛna dwumadi ne ba so nti no covid ne deɛ no kwasɛm ne sɛ affect obi akalanda
because you see me hwɛ generally ɛnyɛ mo nko a
yes
other parties minim sɛ NDC mo manifesto ma out now 3 months how are we going to be able to exhaust that document? It might appear small, but in some room, any discussions now, then the impact being our vote and also. Meaning, so I appreciate.
I appreciate it, but we ain't difficulty cry.
Okay.
And you mama Kenya and someone say Yensuno ye be breaking it down. And no question as a national youth leader of my party, ye take it and ye money be titru cry ye youth related. Ye youth related nepa and also ye be ma. Eye youth no atiase enti enema bi wo no a eye ema really ka fa ma ho ye die mu ne ade national women organizer so no asom enema efa eye yezongu sem ho ne ade national coordinator asom generally your the communications team a ye ba betiasi form your regional engineer structures no is such that from national no right down to the local people no afeni ye ba be wura from ene so no covid inti no yentimi nye mass mobilization enti afeni ye kura we say mu a ye ba be ye house to house door to door market to market shop to shop afeni ye ba be yes our campaign pa enti we no eye ensem a ye de atodwa ye de mu nsem de no esa ba be kofom na ayi ade ba ko a me ka mabunu yi eno me be ye na obi katam se anana ade ba ko a manage ho His Excellency the Vice President ekasa no ade a edi mabunu nya pa especially omo wie school na omo nya adwuma rent the biametaka say your beautiful rent act or rent act na hemu provisions a enye no mu ne efasisi but obi anya adwuma na wakate so mba betu rent 20,000 10,000 senior akwa kofa sika na free but afi no anya adwuma the first pay ko bi okwa the first pay na ba first 3 months because ye regularize no a teacher for ya na no ye fa omo inu at the end it is huge because I know here newly recruited teachers I have for more over 60,000. Oh here nurses for I have for almost over 60,000. Omunya na esa ye de rent assistance scheme be eba. Ah no aban a twa for 200 million Ghana cedis dia tum. It is a nay una ene wonya adwuma. Ye do call wa o se edan ho ye dem ma. Nka won kran a otu ofa bi nchen, otu ma me nchen, otu papa nchen wo ye okay. But you could be enough na ko pesika mu do bi na dia rent time and na ban say ye betua sa rent na dia masa landlord no or landlady no na ya tete won kakran fantastic idea manifesto nim
I see
brilliant idea and science as ma making have millions of Ghanaians young people millions obi obaya there is kapa no wanya obi okrampo na obaya because of loan or GA at the tertiary level ko asate o ye dey otua
yeah.
It is only sika 5,000, 8,000, 10,000, 12,000. In Krankradie, your advance be on ma 1 year between 20,000. A bank says, I am money now, or be some, or be criticized scheme, no diapa. Now your fruit, your panny piano, now no kind of waibida. Now no, I can't say Zongo Development Fund. Yeba, ye trace a card, ya 2 million be hojumano, and pat waye. Now no, I can't free SHS, and pat ya ye. You can't one district, one factory, and there. Factories in Fidijuman 174. Now we call Central Region, Casa de Ropa, you could be ano. Casa de Ropa, you had $14 million in a man of the Shane Jumu. Yasako, a confused. I want to Yasako Biano. Now you can't say, you did Northern Development Authority, Yadiaba, Middle Belt, Yadiaba, Coastal Belt, Yadiaba. Now you can't say, you did in about 50 districts and even more. You did Baby Biano, you did. A year storage facilities ebesi hono no ni nyina no so no ye de aba
na memorable break wa ho me fa say we general comments because minimisa ye kwaye nim no sa nkomo we nya ade e beja DCC question ba ko be sa on say enema no bi nim wo ho a the average voter now te ho no obeden hu say ye kan say we ni ye de aba no ye de aba mpa e bia adekona wo kan e wo ba bi nipa kwanya do betimi asori akọ how do we convince ourselves to say I don't know
1 minute na come be you
1 minute just 1 minute
and 1 minute or just 1 minute
and I will insist on that 1 minute
MPP aben Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and His Excellency the Vice President Omodiano they have been the most transparent and accountable government ayo hwe and as our track aya de buy enne pass abefo kwan so ye de enwuma aban so waye nyina ewo every district e because ye ka say wo document ya ebe voluminous
there's a tracker.
There's a tracker now no ye na ayiko yiye asa na some manifesto nzuma sa kire say me my review manifestos review manifestos manifesto a ono no capture the promises we make in the last the manifesto the buy now what item by item.
I get that point.
So we have been very, very, very transparent.
Yes. May I sure say monitor exercise? Oh, shebi. Papa. Okay. And the any home come where the who here. Now when your document needs to be.
Oh, more online copy.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, I'm a member of the NDC Manifesto team.
Oh, okay.
And so, I have to monitor and see what they are thinking.
No, for mo de about that.
No, for me, I'm not a oh, yeah, when I'm fasting,
what transfer or own young quail.
You see, I'm Papa, and I walk as I offer.
No, I'm a refugee, oh, come on, if it
make us a fast. Said then, and Papa. And I'm going. Now you are crying more than the brief.
But maybe so. Maybe say, obviously, premature. Maybe so.
You are fun. TK. A corner your father, your manifesto. And my pede yanin. Yeah, and rush.
Nah, be musa na montete and before. More time we are more answer my body.
No, the only thing
we had so much time.
The only thing why affecting here near COVID, because the number of visitors I can to the grassroots limited, but we did it. I am discussing this not because I'm in this or anybody. Like usually, I'm discussing it as a Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Me for manifesto ma me can book be as a student of literature mo hwe na nyim forward na agen na ma hwe nature because that tells all about the book what can nyina no act 1 scene 1 act 1 scene 2. Now what I saw in there Nana Dosi man 4 more years, and he's signing leadership for service. So as an analyst, I want to know what kind of a leader he has been. And Sana, what kind of a leader he has been. In so man 4 years. Kige, and some you are oyana, nekaya yo, but odika. For me, Nanado saw the constitution and also an oath. Okadaba kangana funginara. Abum Adam Bobia,
yeah.
So if a man penyin Sassembia is non coffee become one assam, no man penyin no buffalo big native not can be a naysayers, General Myers. And now I ask him Kakro. Tiki, no, I ask him Kakra. Because leader what I'm moody, go to Wagana in our order. And mbwasam so asabe mbwasam so organ nyina so ya abade ayawala wada tiga na yedem bia papa ya wada banu so ya papa enti the president I am sitting on your show. The president has no right whatsoever to call people who disagree or suggest otherwise of what he's doing the way in these years. That one I disagree with the president. That kind of leadership is not what we need. Now,
do you appreciate the fact that sometimes the president or anybody in his position is split into 2 personalities? One as president, 2 as somebody who is running for election, to a flag bearer of a political party.
No.
Okay.
It's your leadership as a president. It's your conduct as a president. No, Obama, Tede Paul Kagame. You know Rwanda.
Yeah.
Kagame, yani personality. No Obama what to Obama ni biom. On your Juma, why? And how he speaks to the people. Now make a change there. Oman Penin ze Papo Ebono or Yawoda. It is Emma whole desire to win re-election. Or shall do my back before being naysayer. No one pay. I mean, that's my opinion.
Okay.
Now, again, if you look at the fact that on a couple of occasions, in some bisa, I paid the president, Okawasam. another president okoho emi di damaji ekam etwam sepa maka there misemba ebasa yuwo takrade Americans American you kumpo oil was saroda America fu nyina ba beje no akeden akohwen o man pin eba mu krom takrade etwa mu kranseman ankasa nkofon. There's no leadership. That's not the contract the president signed with us. Also, he is to protect every Ghanaian. Obiane nasam oyine hiasam. Making you case say jala here you water credit. You won't be mbesiamban wo. You understand in China. TK, the leader that we expect and adu to be. Ni there say never be your bono otumu twanasa ho. Not yen. Ne say o man panyin wala ebe ka kire there oh asembia nkofukan wo mislead you. Hey, we mislead you. It is an way na say a declare war on wrong information na yin na yin we are.
But where then some na
yeah, 3 cases that me pede more facts and more facts. But I have cases that Adekye for instance, the president said he was misled. And with the plethora of advisors, whatever it is, the president's information must be up there. It can't be misled. That's also a sin that Mumu there, Mumu paying auto kakra in his leadership. Another one, TK. Yes, you fight the corruption. You fight the corruption. Inti Nsofi, Inchensi, a social in all the fight the corruption. Arambobia. You put your presidency online, and I loved him when he said it. That's a man speaking. That I wonder why I'm saying you are putting your presidency online. That is the biggest gamble anybody can take. Adamobwa. In the meantime, one minister for environment and all these people were being accused wrong. There, why Galamsey excavators now why you? To date, nobody has been sanctioned for this Galamsey menace. Say, TK, well, who should not be person? Who should not be person? I had the coffee. To date, I'm on paying on come Obi, yeah, actually, one say minister could be as I say, my friend, Galamsey, they should be shot on sight. Akaya.
Faint in my memory.
Yes, it was by the deputy minister deputy speaker. They should be shot on sight. TK, and they are Chinese in Chinese from Aisha. Only Yejan Moko. Yaman, you deporting Moko. Or send everybody. He brings Kakakrawam. That's not the kind of leader that I expect my president to be. And if you even zero down on specific issues of corruption, Martin now, you didn't to young there. Oh, we are fighting corruption because we have appointed the ministers are ready for office of the special prosecutor. To Yelaka Basin Day, Yelaka Basin Day. Some of them Okujumo, some Kujumo, Obialenum.
Oh, that's all Kuduma.
Now, yeah, then, a man in Ticket Bay, you may a two TV and 2 TV moving cover on Jobia. Pape, Nizai there, watch your crate. Nizai there, watch your crate. Nizai watch your crate. Into Uncrofield to compare Obiti there, Covra Domulevo, the Musian all fight corruption in. Anyway, Sepedil Etiobia, on your Domulevobia. You don't Domulevobia. Ama Martin Amidu. Only over 65. You defend as a state, you defend the Odum or Yujuma. It's as a no. The state we have defended him. Don't look at you. Then Obia Ogudu all fight corruption now. As some po ibi court. Yes, Uncle Live. Could be right, or don't live. But to the totality of the people in anyway, when that's one instance. Now look at the many allegations of corruption. What's that negotiate? What's that even committee? The president says, "Oh, yeah, there's nothing wrong." That's not the kind of leadership that I'm expecting. you know, me what I say. Manifesto, I can get me back in peace and about this is not the best or the last. Manifesto. Everyone in manifesto, I can capture manifesto. I've fallen in love with that gentleman. On camp for things, you know. Pieces. I'm going to do is 4. Maybe within this time. Within this time. Marking can online, I mean, what do you be? Who timelines be a lot? It's me, here for a minister, 4 years. Adamwa. 4 years, and every year, Bella, as at the budget of parliament, a bay road, me find the road ministry, a bay road. What I expect the president to do in there, our minister for evaluation, Nasitike, Yamosika, the fair 4 kilometers of road, fi Amanfukuma Kofunko, as I said, a quan naye. Ayaza, not the second budget in the Fakir. But say every year budget be every year be a fufu so solar. A quan be wire recitation.
Okay, my kai you come back so body as an do the purpose.
Do the purpose.
You
know, our manifesto should ask for accountability, ministerial accountability. As I said, it should look for ministerial accountability. I am not sure that I've seen it in their manifesto.
Not even one.
I have not seen
not
it.
Even
because
one
they are not timelines. They are not targets. These days, manifestos are promises and pledges and yeah, we are moving towards manifestos that are plans for a period.
Because we are intimate, I don't know, you're not that anything. Because, for example, we be a railway from Kumasi to Accra. Now, when you say, only 2 years, you need to avert your mind to say, I feel now pay investors and all those things.
Only young problem as a developing country. I'm expecting manifesto, especially of the citizen government. Okay, there. I am going to do this road. It is going to cost this much. Okay?
It may be sometimes difficult.
It may be difficult, but that's why we have the quantity surveyors and all these experts. A quantity will be the price. Asphalt road about cost this. As if you are doing 100 kilometers, double about cost. No more source of funds from here. Okay, at this interest rate. Yes, as a project. You know, we move from politics to policies. So, Madam, as a project, at the end of the year, the next budget, Baban, in the year you crack a second crane, one I spend on the road in Fasumbi, I think about. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. It's so up and there, assessment. You don't need town hall meeting. You don't need a meeting. As in a ticket, the man American camera knows we black beer, camera black beer. Obiang with the camera is wire black. So you don't need public relations. You don't need whatever to make sure that Nkofat has no. So one of the issues that worries me, and which must worry every Ghanaian youth, is the attempt to mortgage our gold royalties. Attempt to mortgage our friend and gold royalties. Now, the judge the more facility here. Or better the chamber by a minister of mines and Ambobia. Now, all the mines she can order one my farmer. I mean, my old man. Master making a movement, my farmer now, what kitchen. Inti manifesto na Alabama go no tige ebe table you da. Send this if we launch one manifesto na. Enwe, and why to pen to pen, book to book. Now, make on agriculture, na muso make on agriculture.
Okay.
Make on health, me can health. Ne no call woman there. No call woman there. COVID obey. COVID. So anya speech na ye wa ente ya ho kire no. Tika number. So anya speech na ye sisa ente ya ho kire no. Inti no. Hey, yenjema, woman yen hwe ye. More facility. A capia one was start recitation. One district, one factory, 1 million, one. And the work at the why you invest $400 million in one company. What's that? 14 million in one company.
Casa de Ropa.
You are a lawyer, I'm a lawyer. Before I invest $14 million in a company, what is my rate of returns? What agreement have we had with that company? There, you have money $14 million, we have money $14 million, Alana. Who are the owners of the company? How many youths are they going to employ? It is the information here. And I mean that I a legitimate investment. Now that what by political recitation though, young man go for one day one factory. Yeah, society. No, anka say ntem we.
Your Excellency, remember what you have said. The man for can be what Charles Black says that please take it. Tell Nana B that I want good job to do and also okay, was it his shirt be rough. And I want one. Okay, Charles was so shirt no na fair bread be or Kumase Makum. Nti say Kumase ya okwa udura makuma no wasi ni me be kro wode that. Derek Nyame says, please, following the directives of the president on his last address and the ministry, which says all tertiary institutions going to complete their semester should wait for modalities and PPE before reopening. Some schools are not obeying it and are forcing students to come because of money. Please, the ministry should do something about it. Okay. Meaning which schools? Normally we are not working.
We're full up here.
MPP people can talk. Wow. All that Nanabi is mentioning and even okay, can't breathe on top of his voice. Oh, okay. All right. So we can see it and or feel it. Okay. All right. Nanabi, obi say sir, rent na mo kana government workers and kwana mo asem na mo kana.
Debi
Mo kana obi a.
Say you
also example no fa say aban adwuma yefo. Nti okay, so can say 100 million.
It's going to be general. General.
And general for no.
Oh, sir. In fact, even my national service, don't forget, any private companies, private companies, what they do is that they even pay some amount of money, about 20% of even the allowances to are buying.
Okay.
And that connection there, it will always be there. And there's also a very strong bond between the private sector and the public sector.
Okay. So the scheme will target individuals both in the formal and informal sectors with identifiable and regular income.
Yes.
And Tibia taking inspiration from Your Excellency, the Minister say that Ben Asad in the Beshas say more winning election. Is it going to be the first year, second year, first year, which month? These days,
the problem I have with that policy, this rent policy, is because we all did rent law.
Yeah.
And we are not supposed to pay rent above 6 months.
6 months, yes.
6 months.
Now,
the issue then is rates and comfortable charge renting. And the denomination of what they charging. Intinam renting when you be no. On intinam renting when you be no. No, on yet loan or budget on yasam.
So is it not an admission then, say, we first of all, no? We have fought. We have lost that battle.
We have lost,
or we are not even going to fight it.
That is the point.
Because that is the situation.
Yes, that is the point I want to make. That's the point I'm making.
The issue of as a
demand and supply.
Exceed supply. And now that's a problem we have because because in fact we call rent control or more unit or more enforces our law. But the issue is this.
Okay, more unit no.
More unit. More yeah. But the issue is
more.
So what we yeah.
Landlord unit no more.
More.
That's what more enforce there.
No, they are supposed to enforce. But what is happening is that so we are landlord. We see apartment. No. Unu go for cry about gusu a epe even 2 years advance no cry on omodoso. So the moment that be obi bantin be 6 months nya dey ameje no. Wo na be say we are going to enforce no. Then obi afa echa kwakwa dey akọ 22 months. 2 years in that time. So it is that problem and I was say aban so also a tackle from that
and
angle.
unfortunately as a state no
Yes.
kwan be fa so tackle the senka ye be sisi dan bebre and no so de ye ntimi
but
and also
the difference with this scheme is say yeah admit it say in Pokra no 6 months advance no yeah enforce it. There are still some people, young person after no GDP out 6 months no going to me a day into ya and also nasne. So the policy is entirely different from enforcing the Rent Act, no, especially the enforcement aspect. No, this policy is such that we are brand here, whether it's our private sector or public sector. We school we fee or we bibia or account mu. Not in fact, baby no grant boni we school a car and a day a woman because of what a year student loan. And so I know so old treat ya. So what government is seeking for mebunu say. And yeah, oh yeah, Jumana no. Sisikai nanka 3,000 kwa making kwa wini bi ho. Kwa bi making kwa pay kwa 2,000. It 3,000 no. It will be paid directly to the landlord or the landlady. Na abaya yede attitude kakran at a minimum where you don't even feel it.
Minimum day.
Oh, as in if you are to maybe renting the 3,000, Bosomi maybe I 2,000, maybe 200 Ghana cedis a free.
Free so. But rate interest was one.
The interest is so. I idea they support.
But I mean, who say a woman and I say him?
No, there be
interest in him.
There be because what we are seeking to do is yeah, they support only they are born to be tria and on the back. That is exactly what we are doing.
It's interest free.
Yes. On the metron. So that you better to and kakra.
Okay.
This is what I buy.
Over
my main coming something we are not doing because
oh, the many me say, be say,
as a issue of our timelines. The basic timelines for every government is defined in our constitution. Because over 4-year mandate.
And you don't know what.
I don't know. There be me answer no.
Because one son in that day, me be say.
Mami the basic way no sometimes you given the circumstance we can say maybe by the end of the first year bit me na do danko akufo can free SHS one more timelines also obey free SHS oba in our first year for me as a young person me kwana me say na number 2 no boss near state education sector na kakra first year enko second year enko e bi a third year bi no oh to send here former president Mahama a fee sent go between the bed that Ghana for so the UI friend of so and what can say me bro has a pa member so
it is in subject matter of the object of the
no say I was say progressively free or the buy so 37 million so one cent ya 37 million the former president did not even pay a dime when you are not even one cedi towards the progressively free SHS numbers on the buy. Not even one cedi. In fact, they buy mono na 37 million Ghana cedis na honum. By the following year.
Is it the case say one take step to be a reflect progressively free?
Because na do danko akufa de so ba boarding o day obey free. Also so upeso she bibia se nti wo de offer ni progressive.
Yeah.
Na say there be oni adaje also twen asisi dan nyina awie asa na nkwa ku school eti na policy no because na Ghana for agi free SHS na tumunti no you had wanted to hoodwink Ghanaians so oni yen so achi bibia se eti ene the progressively free biaba because unkutamu gidie na kutamu ahode na we ya na nka de sika na de atato now a government comes in the following year just the following year and he says that same year I'm committing 2 billion Ghana cedis to it now say we betimi aye so your question was for number nyeska no now so question Ghana for who say na yenda because now your mampani will buy also progressively free and no 37 million went to mentia no be buy no wa share universal free ni nyina say wa share say now every year we are paying 2 billion Ghana cedis former president Mama say e sika so dodo no ba obehwe say e betimi aye hu bibi oh eti timelines there. The basic timelines, apart from the specific ones I'm manufactured to give you per any promise, no, the basic timelines no, is well defined in the constitution. Look, you are given a 4-year mandate. No about counted to Ghanaians.
Okay, so
yeah. But you are counting 80% of your promises.
But what do you mean? Say in some of the cases, you know, a bebo say be who say, "Adia yen," it will be a bebo one kasa government nimpo, and na a bebo issues of credibility impo. Say, may railway and I may sky train.
Oh yeah. Oh, see na say me answer.
Sky train na maybe you know.
Yes.
Ba me sha say time we.
Ube time.
Do side time we no.
Yes.
But say ko ba ne say me be sky train.
And I make us off.
Mami wie we no then you speak to it. Me question because we need make us explain and answer discuss.
Me time ntin some no ntin.
Me say we need make us explain and answer discuss.
Na come on.
We need make us illustrate, discuss and answer explain. We need.
O de mazu o teacher ni o de me.
Intimate trust. Uma me kwasa me trust. You dare not. Intino na me nim say o yesi ebeye. You say we why say mo amobrofo mo use ye mo ye feasibility why say bankability okay say bankability yes bankability then we are getting closer to the end of the 4-year term no me who say ade no
say mama very clear example
mama transfer cuz
yes
I say na there be
and make there be na there ni mu che say
okay
and maka say first of all you hu ni say of wakasa pa na we ni wakasa pa me afa na me ba wo de na so pa
time me
that is why I say the basic timelines no for me the constitution 4-year mandate ni amanyofo de beka ho bia no yeah issue the restoration of teacher training we say first year ampa in first year the nursing training in our first year ebi wo ha beka ho ebi also by the end of the year in fact for this rent we say we have said first year that is next year the seed money of 100 million you try to next year budget no e ka ho bi in fact by November e be ready last budget ni say me bomb pile cross or say account because me kasama me bunu che hu yame it year 2020 budget 2021 budget you bekin can say also etimi ka ho bi now
we can first year
when corruption issue
we can first year na be
me say
because me who first year
no they say na ye read we say hear the submission already the submission from the vice president and no capture yes and not near kind of honum no and no can yes now of corruption was am
Entiano na de bewie na.
Da binya no kwa na de bewie to boss. Who say media no why?
Da bi we cause wedding community no.
Now offer so to compare leadership.
I am offer since na mama kwan.
And I say leadership. Say na nado dan kwakufu ado ne we. Say you can leadership pa dia. Offer Sam ebia wo ye NDC ni aba wonu say former president he doesn't come anywhere close to Nanado, especially in terms of corruption. Hwe me kai say VIP na interview bi say interview na ho you busa say what you bribe pen I say oh what you bribe pen
but you was say na nka ho
oh I say dey busa na bro from kan I bo tape no no say as a nipa na say as your Mahama
that was the question the beside he sought clarification
clarification no way mu you see I no quite a defeatist at the because you what you bribe pen it is as
a judge would you jail somebody for that
of Ampacho you busa wa woni bibi e 2% terms say bribe nka wo jin as John Mahama dia and enye bone and wo jin as president dia and enye bone ana bribe is bribe ujia why bone and he was confused and create a certain impression at the Magana for say pay yentimi nyini personally look you have fourth scandal enyam you strike finding the guilty so we're breaching gift policy. Interestingly, sa Burkina ni ya or yes sa kwan na bobo sekete. For so solar road no. And the corner sa kwan no. But we were told say on the best contractor because not the fourth expedition aba. Ama Siraj na kan onyam yo so we're breaching gift policy. Yes, I'm moving on. Bauxite Supreme Court, it took Supreme Court.
Would you clear us and for purpose of education, we're breaching in terms of
Siraj, so we're breaching the gift policy. Say your man gift to Aban Bia, say be a man be so an individual be a man gift to Aban Bino. Kwanya your first way be declare, kwanya be first way the money will breach our policy. No, that is what Siraj said. Good. Bauxite, look, it took Supreme Court.
Just the bauxite.
Say I can't 1 month. So about be free so near Peja Ghana bauxite. Former President Mama, not their money near Ibrahim Mahama. So what your corner could did the bauxite team. Supreme Court in a boy court and a boy can say look a quiet fast wa odi adima uniano etiamra. Then Supreme Court reversed that transaction. No? And what is in another go for Peja Ghana a Japan de kwa money other. Finally,
and that's mark of corruption.
Chief.
it's a serious crime.
Okay.
And finally, government official one. Government official one.
Let me pass out this box.
Maybe I'm plain scandal. And now say government official one. It is Beboba. Say government official one. Yeah, kwa John Mahama no. I can't. Do something.
Let me say no. Because
TK.
Helicopter here.
TK.
Leadership here. Of the Kofawa.
TK. 11 September 2017. UNESCO allows President Mahama for introducing free senior high school. Free senior high school, good news for Ghanaians. President candidate Akufo-Addo, 6th October 2015. Peace online, Peace FM online. The first one was by City FM. Then 25th September 2015 is NDC's free senior high school panacea to Ghana's education problems. We are talking about the implementation of the free senior high school, isn't it?
Yeah.
We said we're doing it by progressively. We are doing it by making sure that the constraints we have with the education system, only fees in coaching are not constraint. There are other constraints. And you remove the major constraints in today, accommodation for the people, the girls, and and you say you are going to do it instantly. In practice, did Nana Akufo-Addo implement the free senior high school instantly? Or by piecemeal. Then first what drop paying on first year. One way busy first 1 year. When did we start this? So we have implemented the free senior high school by installment. Just as somebody, if we are giving this 3 years to Mahama, we would have built the schools and other thing. Now, I am going to challenge my nephew about Ford Expedition.
Okay, so back to the free senior. So, but the agreement is that when it was a common agreement, say the free senior high school, as anticipated by the constitution, there, it was implemented under this regime. We all share that view.
That instant today, the declaration is different from implementation.
No, what I'm saying is that we all have that, whether it was in phases or whatever. No, but what the drafters of the constitution anticipated,
that should be progressive
under this regime.
Wait. TK, we are all going to start ready. You say you are going this, you're going through Yamrasa, as I'm going through Cape Coast. Nobody want time. The most important, more yen is what we want for our children.
But why?
But
okay.
No. TK, why? But yen it's another question to ask. Now, okay. So I've given you dates. What authorities were saying about Mahama's implementation of the free high school. Now, what I say, Ekede will be we breach Presidential Gift Act now. What does it mean? Tiki, read the act. Like all other gift to the president, when it is given, you don't use it as your personal property. That's the major constraint on that. You bring it to the pool. This for the expedition again. What if Burkina Faso what is saying? Then you use the same Ford expedition to win the election 2016. Are you going to use the same Ford expedition to win 2020 election?
No, we are showing leadership.
We are showing
you brought in leadership.
We are showing you
and
leadership.
And I was just illustrating to you leadership.
We are talking about Mahama's brother. TK, you are a lawyer. You know that there has been a court decision on this matter there. The man took about 6 years to procure his license. Idris Ibrahim Mahama. It took 6 years. You know the America, the one madam was money. That's not what happened. And what's the man as a Ghanaian businessman?
Have you read the judgment?
So, factory in war, mining war in the Nina, and the factory a Ghanaian do. Tiganambwa, the factory would have belonged to a Ghanaian, employing Ghanaians. What was the alternative solution? You had Chinese for everybody police police cars. A Toyota Corona. On the idea box I didn't get exchange here. You are talking about somebody giving something to his family.
No, just that in your free money.
Oh, what else? So far, what else?
Hydro.
What is it?
Flyover yes you Tamale.
Tamale
it is from Sino Hydro.
More fast.
Offer a Sino Hydro.
Sino Hydro. Where's the pillars for?
It is game for boxes. Game for boxes. Game for box site no money part back no kutum no have control. Rather than send your money abenya so fast.
Say unput to and come papa.
That is a problem.
Unput to and come papa.
Ankwan we are buy who need to control.
Yes. So can part back and yet so simplistic because it was rather a company. Not nipa back.
Oh, there is a company there. It's a private company.
Yes,
but this is for when is here a public use.
No,
because it's a private company. One team in question say, "Unko si flyover or tamale." What you say?
Okay.
Yes, one team in question. One team in question say,
"On
top, on equipment."
Yes.
You cannot
compare that.
Your box item come your private.
Compare that to the PDS scandal. Compare that to the Ajapa scandal. Giving
BDS scandal problem be anymore mpacho leader US scandal be anymore. What happened is that implementation leader Kasawie Nana ka angran Kasawie
I don't know the obi na offer
Mate order offer Mate
you are talking about corruption in the and your corruption in my corruption in what the law defines corruption to be. It is a evidence of some people why a corrupter. You level allegations against me in court. I am dealt with. And yet America and the for the expedition, I don't want fun cancer. If you are talking about the particular case of corruption, what is more fraudulent and more corrupt there? I bring in for your day or money japedasha once a day. You improve the distribution system of our electricity. TK. Ne enfi wala what the one irritating in the end we lost $197 million. For me that is the painful aspect of it. Forget about whatever you say, but in the end what did we gain? We lost it. And to date,
you lose his career, so.
Oh, you lose. The Americans withdrew the 170.
So how do you say you lose it to send here? I say, sika.
What?
What? No, you see, he said that corruption. When you because we were supposed to do that.
Okay.
So don't get the impression that say Obiako tam $170 million
by the misconduct.
Oh, how do you mean by misconduct?
Use of the word fraud by state officials. TK, when somebody is accused of fraud, what happens?
I think so that matter has also been explained over and over.
Yes, but it's been explained to the convenience of those that are satisfied by it. But I'm saying that as a pure Ghanaian, as Obiamu won Moframa, and says we're expanding electricity corporation and Moframa be more edumayan. The loss of 197 million are a big issue. The other issue now, are you sincerely happy as a youth leader? Moframa now in a workshop as a youth leader there. Overnight, Parliament passes an act transferring Ghana's mineral royalties to a company with an offshore origin. Are you really sincerely happy? Nana B.
No, explain.
Nana, are you sincerely happy? There. Somebody wants to build a hotel. Somebody wants to build a hotel. And we as a state, we as a state have to give a tax waiver of $24 million.
But are you serious? Look,
okay.
I'm very serious.
Tax waivers under NDC, they gave companies 18.
To do what?
It is a practice. Look,
to do what?
Yes. So Obabe ya there. Now the Obabe no benefit at the Numa Baba. Why say what do propose our court? You are giving these tax waivers. So why do you create that impression? Time we expose you, I thought they have kept quiet about this matter. And the more companies, 18 private
companies, 18 what did you then?
Okay. But
the propriety or otherwise of giving tax waiver no and you say ubi maybe.
Yes, yes, sir. In fact, you go through processes. Processes I will go through. As a finance squad, I come and
if you use history to justify your crime,
that is why.
Who says it's a crime?
No, wait. Who
says it's a crime?
If you are listening,
what I'm saying is that giving
you cannot use
tax waivers. It is an instrument by government. To aid investors. It is everywhere. It is no kasana. Because initially, you know what they did? They created the impression that but when we expose them, including Ibrahim Muhammad, there are times they never go about the
what I'll do is that
and some three.
And
now your point time
in Qatar no cross one.
Oh, that be mami also I can't say me bent no. My 3 minutes been for me.
Oh, na be 3 minutes.
Maybe you see. Look, some PDS, ECG ni PDS issue.
So na be unim. Mama 3 minutes no. No mama His Excellency, I'll give you 3 minutes.
Good.
3 minutes no so no ye be gina ho.
Pampe. Unim. Sa PDS ni ECG issue e ya de anka and NDC kwa na commercial say because they are part of media issues. Sa Millennium Challenge accounts they are part of no. And ebedu yeso no. And ye sa dwumadi no. Then Abaya finding out said there be sa progress are you making in this way say MY then Abaya reverse transaction no. Now you are saying he said now sanke tokoswa. Look, in one breath they are saying that PDS for kwa no ye kwampo no aban di sika bia momo so omunkodi in another breath you say cancel and you lose sika or say US for esa de brey and they create the impression say 170 million no e sika bia na e wo Ghana ha say obi atam eno kwakodi very unfair assessment.
Okay,
that is one. Number two, now offer ka kasa de ropa who say aban asoma sene ai na ye adwuma Commander Sugar Factory e de $30 million in ekosi Omusi kwa no muni mebi ombenya ahwede afri. Ya empower outgrowers.
There was the intent to say
why do and hwene kumfi. Look at how we are empowering outgrowers. Look at how I na kumfi si koso. That shows leadership. Now what the $30 million akocho now happen here investors. So monsamra when aban ye dia hyemu dada. Amo se ya na de ba ko e lucky e sugar cane ahwede e benya no. Because we do not power a lot of outgrowers under NDC. So don't compare.
If government had intended, say, you be young, you be 4 years.
No, government is doing it. Now we take Alan quite, but now they can't say and no. The last one. 1 minute now. Because Mami come and say me. Yes, any delay me no. Leadership issue. And then former President Mahama, in a pandemic, self-made, self-inflicted, out of mismanagement. And incompetence. They do so for 4 years.
So a pandemic is metaphorical. Not a
pandemic. Yes. Oh no, it was. No, it was.
Okay.
It was an economic pandemic for us.
All right.
And I only former president but the coronavirus by and look at the 600 million free water the free electricity
Nanabi, what can say
leadership the moment for GM no.
Ibrahim Muhammad tax waivers. Did you bisa?
Tax waivers? Yes.
What can be bisa?
No, come no, I meant never. I'm what Mamin Chemu, the number me show.
No, me bisa what can say?
Okay, say GRA by Beka say for almost all my issue checks.
What's the question?
Yes, I said it.
What can say?
Yes.
And what is the basis of sir?
And I may be control Mamin Chemu show. Okay, say time I pick it up with an GRA the buy say. Now taxes be what I was said Ibrahim Muhammad to the tune of 12.4 million. Where issue checks over 44 nina bounce. Later on, Unokoshia GRA and not church checks at the moment Utia didn't under a regime.
Okay.
I dare say and the former president Mama and Kuntia. Tax.
So let's clear it, sir, and there was no such tax waivers.
And
really arrangement for fraud.
Arrangement for no untia tax. All right. And the demand to no untia. But I know the young side is not untia. Yes.
Fortunately, I was ambassador to High Commissioner to India when Commander Sugar Factory was built. Now, I am one there. No fast back there. You need sugar cane.
That is what they complain of.
Very bad.
Okay, Kafra.
Echo
a friendly interjection.
I'm your friend one crane.
Would you are
3 minutes. Tige, we took $35 million from Indian Exim Bank. And as a lawyer, you know Exim conditions. There, the country giving you an Exim Bank, now not for no contractor. The contractor for this purpose was Seftech contract. This contractor is still dealing with you people. Seftech contractor. In the India, finance for one consultant. Now, if you remember Kwame Nkrumah time, from Takrade, before Besim and Kesim, those days, DK Kosuga, who tractor wasn't afraid what Okobia. So you cannot say the commander enclave does not have sugar. The second level of it,
but not the quantum, and then the type for the factory.
In the Yanya di Jenjai, the second chunk of it in there, and the actual takes between 6 and 9 months. No, or they mature. Yet them after 6 months in working in a year, sucrose contents na say. The factory must necessarily be there. Because factory will take 3 years to build. It is a second year and they apply. And one man, $12.5 million. There, in view of the land side area are shrinking, and irrigation agency, we are giving you this money for, variety or a high yielding variety. This loan was also approved. All it took was the government to assess it. Not the Zikanama farmers and Moye. The company itself started planting sugarcane. Ecosite is a sugarcane. Why overgrown? No, which one they are petition. You know, so for me, as somebody who supervises it, as somebody who knows about it, that's a 3 years in Boya.
A book master now. Yes. In reality, a book master no
you have 1 minute per now.
You factory 1 year. Debiano, oh, yeah, 1 teaspoon of sugar. 1 teaspoon of sugar.
Just wrap up.
1 tube of sugar.
Inspection. What kind of company we win? What usually happens in the CC factory, 10K factory, you test run it. And send the hand over there, you want some aquan or there a maintenance. No some spark machine in there. I came down from India.
Year Ben the month
2015.
Okay.
2015. I came down from India.
Only media call.
Oh yes,
you 2015. Between 2015 and 2016.
Also call.
Okay. But carry me on the TV.
No, watch it.
You on the TV so. 2015 to 2016. Oh yeah. 1 teaspoon of sugar.
Me person was 30 point be now we are now.
Okay.
What by a test run? I came. More home where a test run. I carried 5 bags, 3 brown sugar and 3 white sugar.
Good coffee.
I picked it and brought it to the Ministry of Trade and Industry. There, we call inspection and this is what I found. Because no, then to be on Yamoko. No, so we can board members in the bureau. Into 1 PR on Yamoko around. So, in the America say, TK, woman, you're patriotic. Niyanko commander, yanko spark machine so on yejuma.
Okay. National Youth Organizer, MPP, and His Excellency Sampiyale, a former High Commissioner to India. But you obviously miss us in sugar, no, would be good cocoa. That's it. I'm panel. And I'm because yes, of course.
When I see young people